The world we once knew is gone, erased by a tide of the undead. These creatures, these zombies, are not the stuff of movies anymore. They are a terrifying and persistent reality. They are us, our former neighbors, friends, and family, but stripped of everything that made them human. All that remains is a single, relentless instinct to hunt and consume the living. They are slow, they are clumsy, but they are tireless. They do not sleep, they do not feel pain, and they do not stop. For everyone you put down, there are always more, a constant, shambling reminder of the world we lost and the danger that now defines our every waking moment. Understanding this enemy is the first, most critical step to staying alive in this new, harsh world. This isn't a bad dream you can wake up from. It's the new normal. The initial panic, the chaos that saw cities fall and governments crumble, has settled into a grim routine. The enemy has a name, a face, or rather a million rotting faces. We call them Zack, geezers, the dead, whatever helps us cope. But no matter the name, the threat is the same. A single bite, a single scratch is a death sentence. It's a slow, agonizing transformation that turns you into one of them. This infection is the true weapon of the apocalypse, a biological plague that spreads with terrifying efficiency. It turns our own population against us, making every survivor a potential vector for the end of our species. The old world's rules no longer apply. Forget about your morning commute, your 9-to-5 job, or your weekend plans. Survival is now your full-time occupation, a job with no holidays and no retirement. Every decision, from how much water you drink to which path you take, is weighed against the risk of an encounter with the dead. The silence of the cities is a new kind of noise, a constant, humming tension that grinds on the nerves. It is a silence broken only by the whistling wind, the distant cry of a bird, or the most feared sound of all, the low, guttural moan of an approaching horde. This is life at the edge, a perpetual state of high alert. We must learn to see the world not as it was, but as it is. A quiet suburban street is no longer a safe place for children to play. It is a killing field, an open space with too many blind corners and hiding spots for the undead. A skyscraper is not a symbol of corporate power. It is a vertical tomb, filled with countless floors of potential threats. We must retrain our instincts, unlearn a lifetime of civilized complacency, and adopt the mindset of a soldier in a war that never ends. The enemy is everywhere. The front line is at your doorstep, and victory is measured not in battles won, but in another day of precious, hard-earned life. For children growing up in this era, life is a strange mix of harsh lessons and guarded innocence. School is no longer about history or mathematics in the abstract. It is about practical skills. Lessons are held in fortified basements or secure community rooms, teaching kids how to purify water, identify edible plants, and handle basic tools. They learn how to stay quiet, how to move silently, and how to spot the signs of a zombie from a safe distance. Their playground is a walled-in courtyard. Their games are drills in disguise. Fun is a rare and precious commodity, a stolen moment of laughter over a shared story or a board game, always under the watchful eye of a sentry. These children are forced to mature quickly, their childhood a casualty of the war. For adults, the rhythm of life is dictated by the needs of the community. The concept of a specialized career has vanished. The former accountant now manages food rationing, the ex-lawyer stands guard on the wall, and the one-time artist now repairs fences and sharpens tools. Every day is a cycle of labor, tending to rooftop gardens, scavenging for supplies in nearby ruins, maintaining defenses, and standing watch. Food is a constant concern. Canned goods are a finite treasure, and sustainable agriculture within a fortified zone is the only long-term solution. Every meal is earned through sweat and risk, a stark contrast to the effortless abundance of the world before. Entertainment has been stripped to its essentials. Without electricity or the internet, people have rediscovered older forms of passing the time. A salvaged guitar becomes the heart of an evening gathering, its simple chords a powerful defiance against the silence. Books, rescued from abandoned libraries and homes, are passed from hand to hand until their pages are worn thin. Storytelling has seen a resurgence as elders share tales of the before times and scavengers recount their harrowing expeditions. These simple acts are more than just distractions. They are vital for maintaining morale and preserving a sliver of the culture we fought so hard to protect. The home itself has been transformed. A safe house is a fortress. Windows are barricaded, doors are reinforced, and every entry point is secured. Families often live in close quarters with other survivors, sharing resources and responsibilities in communal compounds like repurposed warehouses, schools, or walled-off residential blocks. Privacy is a luxury of the past. Life is lived collectively, with shared kitchens, common sleeping areas, and a constant awareness of the others around you. This forced proximity can create friction, but it is also the foundation of a new tightly knit society where cooperation is not a choice, but a necessity for survival. The fundamental principle of survival is separation. You must put a barrier between the living and the dead. The most effective defense is a simple, sturdy wall. It doesn't need to be pretty, it needs to be functional. Concrete, brick, and chain-link fences reinforced with sheet metal are the materials of our new world. The perimeter is everything. It must be patrolled constantly, checked for weaknesses, and maintained with religious dedication. A small breach, a single weak spot, can lead to a catastrophic failure that overruns the entire safe zone. Every survivor must understand the importance of the wall, for it is the only thing that allows for a semblance of peace within. Beyond the physical barrier, a system of vigilance is crucial. Watchtowers are the eyes of the community, granting sentries a high vantage point to spot approaching threats long before they reach the gate. These posts must be manned in shifts, day and night, without exception. A good sentry needs more than sharp eyes. They need discipline and an understanding of zombie behavior. They learn to distinguish the shamble of a lone roamer from the coordinated movement of a horde. They learn that sound is a weapon, both for them and against them. A loud noise can be used to lure the dead away from a weak point, but an accidental clang can bring a swarm down upon you. Personal protection is a skill taught to everyone old enough to hold a tool. Since firearms and ammunition are scarce and their noise attracts more of the dead, silent weapons are preferred. A sharpened crowbar, a sturdy machete, or a simple spear made from a pipe and a knife are the standard tools of defense. The goal is always to destroy the brain, the only way to permanently neutralize a zombie. Training is relentless. Survivors practice drills, learning how to handle a close-quarters encounter, how to work as a team to take down multiple targets, and most importantly, when to fight and when to run. Knowing your limits is just as important as knowing how to land a killing blow. Ultimately, the best defense is intelligence. We learn the hard way that brute force is not always the answer. We study our enemy, map their migration patterns, and understand their limitations. We know they cannot climb well, that they are drawn to noise and light, and that they freeze in extreme cold. This knowledge informs every aspect of our strategy. We build our defenses on high ground, enforce strict light and sound discipline at night, and plan our scavenging runs to exploit the zombies' weaknesses. Survival is not just a physical battle. It is a chess match against a mindless yet utterly predictable opponent. Every small advantage must be seized. In the face of extinction, humanity's greatest asset has proven to be itself. The lone wolf, a popular myth from the old world's fiction, does not last long in this one. Survival is a team sport. Families have become the core units of this new society, but the definition of family has expanded. It now includes anyone who shares your wall, your watch shift, and your dwindling supply of food. Friends, neighbors, and strangers are bound together by the shared goal of seeing the next sunrise. This bond is forged in the crucible of fear and loss, creating a loyalty stronger than any that existed before the panic. Communities organize themselves out of necessity, creating small functioning micro-societies. Leadership often emerges naturally, not from old-world status, but from competence. The person who knows how to fix the water pump, the woman who can make a handful of seeds, feed 20 people, the man who can calmly organize a defense. These are the new leaders. Rules are established, simple and direct, governing everything from rationing to guard duty. Everyone has a role to play, a job to do. The lazy or selfish cannot be tolerated, as one person's failure can endanger the entire group. It's a harsh system, but a fair one, where your worth is measured by your contribution. Cooperation extends beyond the walls of a single settlement. Trust is a rare and valuable currency, but established communities learn to communicate and trade with one another. A patrol might travel a dangerous route to exchange medical supplies for seeds, or scavenge tools for spare parts. These networks are fragile, always at risk from bandits or a sudden zombie swarm. But they are lifelines. They are proof that even in a shattered world, we have not lost our capacity to build, to connect, and to help one another. This web of mutual support is what allows us to hope for a future, not just to survive the present. Life is undeniably harder. We have lost so much. The comfort, security, and boundless opportunities of the past are gone, perhaps forever. But in their place, we have found something else. A raw, powerful sense of purpose and a profound appreciation for one another. We have adapted, learned to be resilient, and rediscovered the fundamental strength of community. The world is a more dangerous place, but in many ways, we have become better people. We are survivors, united by a common enemy, and as long as we stand together, we will endure. The fight is far from over, but humanity's spirit, against all odds, has not been extinguished.